again, in their day, it was hard to think about separating those two, that separation of church and state. It's hard for us to imagine that they couldn't imagine the two of those being just totally together. And for centuries it would be just like, well, so that was a very, very significant thing. That's hard to imagine, that it'd be so intertwined and that the political and religious would be so enmeshed. So, Scott City, we're not going to go around with everybody, but invite somebody else to see what they may have to share about this.
Garden City. We'll go down the road.
Garden City. Mike?
What stood out to me as I was writing here made clear that he translated the Bible into German. And then when the crash course talked about he didn't like the selling of indulgences.
Yeah, indulgences are going to be a big thing. We're going to unpack that more, and we're also going to talk more about Professor Lito will, about translating the Bible into German. And actually, he said that German began to be kind of the standardized German. And massive that this guy could sit down and translate the whole Bible. I mean, this guy had some huge intellect and skill and ability. It also, though, tells us something. Just stick up for us Catholics. We get this rap that, the Catholic Church didn't pay any attention to Scripture. He was a Catholic priest. He was a Scripture professor. He was educated in the Catholic Church and all that biblical study to be able to do this. And the other thing that he did with that printing press is, again, a lot of people could read, but not a lot. And they also did all these engravings, so that oftentimes he'd have his pamphlet, he would talk, but then they'd have pictures. They'd be illustrated, so people that didn't know a great deal could see. And so it was masterful, how prolific he could be, and also how inventive he could be using the technology that was just emerging. Thank you, Mike. Who would you like to invite next?